My brother is a good representative, and I love that about him. St. Thomas Eastern, my sister was a candidate in 2011, and the same person who beat my father beat my sister in 2011. Now, I felt like I wanted to enter representational politics my whole life. I've always said I would enter representational politics a little bit later on after, I settled into my career. And after spending some time in St. Thomas and realizing that we were still forgotten, so much is going on in Kingston and in other areas, I said, man, maybe I should really throw my hat in to St. Thomas Eastern. And I honestly didn't tell my dad about it. So when people say my father sent me down there, he really didn't. But I went in and the people were just so excited to have me. They said, Michelle, you have to stay, you have to come and work for us. And so we really worked really hard. And to win that seat was not easy, but it was a blessing for us to win and see this change. And to beat the same person who beat my father and beat my sister, that was joy for us. And to see the change in the last 4 years was even more joy for me and for my family. When you asked me about what people might think about it being a family business, I wouldn't think so. When you meet a doctor and their child becomes a doctor, no one has a problem with that. When you meet a teacher and their child becomes a teacher, nobody has a problem with that. When you meet a pastor and their child becomes a pastor, no one has a problem with that. But if you meet a politician whose children help him as a politician, your children do what they see. And all of my sisters and brothers are either in politics or medicine, because one parent is a politician and one parent is in medicine. You do what you learn. So that's why we're here.
For years, many felt St. Thomas was left behind. But now, the future is here with better, safer, and stronger roads. The Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project is transforming St. Thomas and Portland, connecting communities, cutting travel time, and unlocking new opportunities for work, school, and business. The Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project, driving progress, delivering hope, changing lives.
Choose Jamaica. Choose Jamaica.
We're on a mission to lift up our communities. Jamaica Labour Party building shared prosperity. No, we never said that it would happen overnight. Still we laid the foundation to make the future right. We pledge our hearts to uphold our part. We've been going strong and we're just getting started. A leadership who stands to the rightful path. The greener grass is here, the better choice is clear. Choose Jamaica for better communities. Choose Jamaica for our prosperity. Choose Jamaica, this is what it really means. To choose Jamaica, choose JLP.
Well, I'm definitely a part of a really good team. As a new member of parliament, I was welcomed in to the team. I have had the support of most of my colleagues. They've come to my constituency. The first time they came down there, they said, we're not coming back unless the roads were fixed. And they came back when the roads were fixed. So I feel that our party supports each other. I remember when Gillette Cuthbert-Flynn came down, she's from St. Thomas Eastern, and so we welcomed her. She was the one that brought the teen hub to St. Thomas, and so I feel like I'm a part of the team. Even when Minister Williams was Minister of Education, she was very responsive to me. If I said to her, listen, we need to figure out what's going on with this school, she'd leave cabinet and answer me. So I don't, or get a text, Michelle, I'm in cabinet. I'm like, oh, I forgot. Because, I don't know in cabinets on Mondays, I don't remember. But I have always had a responsive team. No one's really not responded to me. I'm probably the most annoying member of the team because I'm the one that bothers them a lot. I'm sure Matthew is going to probably respond to the fact that I've texted him this morning and Nesta's tired of getting my messages. But my team is responsive to me. I work very well with my team members. They see me coming. I know Floyd just saw me and saying to himself, "Oh Lord," when they see me coming. But you know, I am so blessed in the fact that I don't have a problem with who I work with. My team members respond to me. You know, when the JUTC bus was coming to St. Thomas, you know, Minister Vaz, I called him up and I'm like, what do you mean I can't pay cash? I need a card to get on the bus? And he was like, let me arrange it for you. And I got my card and I was the first one on that bus. So I'm blessed to have a team that's very supportive. I have a very good experience. My last 4 years have been a good experience. I have nothing to complain about when it comes to the Jamaica Labour Party team for me. You know, my message is very simple. We are the party that cares the most about Jamaica. We don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. You know, St. Thomas Eastern is a complete example. St. Thomas on a whole is an example that zero where it come from, and look at us now. But look at Jamaica. Look at where Jamaica was 9 years ago. We are the government that balances the budget. We're the ones that has not increased taxes. We are the best at what we do. We are so much better than the rest. So I would say to the nation, I would say to Jamaica, I would say to St. Thomas, choose yourself. And when you choose yourself, you choose Jamaica. And if you're choosing yourself, you choose Jamaica, you're going to choose the best party to run Jamaica, which is the Jamaica Labour Party. Hi, my name is Dr. Michelle Charles, Jamaica Labour Party candidate for St. Thomas Eastern. On election day, vote the Jamaica Labour Party. Choose Jamaica. Put your X beside the bell.